What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my brand new channel. This is going to be the first video in a long series and a long line of different videos that I do on this channel, but all related to gaming. So the first one we want to start off with, straight into it, is Fortnite keybinds on the PS4 normal DualShock controller. No paddles, no nothing. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the most out of your controller without having a SCUF, so that way you can have the cheapest option while still getting the competitive advantage above your opponents and kind of learning to get the game down a little bit better and impressing your friends. Let's get into it. Alright, so for today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up your building controls, your editing, and everything pretty much in general with shooting, and what we're going to have everything set up that I use personally with a normal DualShock 4 controller, no SCUF paddles, no Battle Beaver, nothing. I'm going to show you guys how you can up your game basically in Fortnite by using these couple tips of my opinion on what I think is the best setup for someone not using paddles, and to basically get the full use of your controller and be able to compete with the people who are using paddles or even PC. Because I play it on a lot of PC servers with controller, and I can stomp even without paddles. So I'm going to show you guys what my setup would be. So to start off, we are here in creative mode, as you can see. The block, nothing too special or anything like that, just kind of launching around, you know, infinite mats, so it's kind of easier for me to show what I'm talking about. Oh, I just messed up. Okay. I'll explain why I messed up in a second. So, the reason that I messed up right there, or the main reason I would say, is because I was used to my old keybinds. So remember, the first thing to remember is that when you are getting used to new keybinds, it does take a while, and don't feel discouraged if you can't get it right away, because it's not that easy to learn new keybinds, especially things you've been using like X for jumping your whole life, or your build, anything like that. It's difficult to learn new keybinds. But I will show you that this way, and the method I'm going to be using, is definitely the easiest way to get used to it, because it's not that far off what you've already been doing. So let me explain. So you go to your start menu, you go up, over, settings, and over to your controller. So what I would suggest is having it set to Builder Pro and learning Builder Pro first. Before doing anything like this, this is definitely the most important part. If you already know Builder Pro, this is for you, but if you don't, I highly suggest learning Builder Pro because it will save you much time and let you become a very, very good player. So going off of that, we already have Builder Pro. So as you can see, my settings are a little bit different. If you want to just copy these and kind of skip to the end of the video to see how they work, or if you just want to stick with me, feel free, but here are a lot of my settings. I'm going to change one right now, though. So my inventory is still up. My map button is still center button. A lot of people use this to edit. I find that it's easier the way I'm going to show you now. So my sprint is set to the right D-pad. Here's why. What you do is you go in here, your settings, and go down until it says sprint by default, turn that on. Therefore, you never need to use your left click again. So, remap it to something you would use. So, instead of having the double click into sprint or just clicking it to sprint, I have the right D-pad. Since I'm always sprinting when I'm pushing forward, I don't need to click that just to sprint, so I double tap it when I want to auto run, basically auto fly, or if I'm doing something I just want to run with my team or run somewhere, I can just double tap right on the D-pad. It's that simple. So as you can see, my left stick is edit. And the reason that this is so important, the reason I'm really making this video today is because editing is the most important part of building, in my opinion. Because it gives you an advantage over your opponent. If they don't know how to edit, everyone can build. But if they don't know how to edit, then you definitely win. I have the left stick as edit. And I'll explain why that's set up like that, you know, later in the video. But as you can see, everything else is the same. L2, aim down sights. R2, attack or confirm. L1 is previous weapon. R1 is next weapon. Toggle pickaxe, reload or interact, switch mode. The only thing I'm going to change now is my jump on X. I'm going to make this my crouch button / repair. Now, right stick. What do you use your right stick for? Crouching. However, I've found that using the right stick when you're aiming, say you're trying to like bounce crouch someone, like it kind of throws off your aim a little bit. So what you do is you have it set to X. I know this doesn't make bounce crouching easy to be able to hit people with it. However, it does give you the option to jump while you are shooting and aiming. And I think that's more important than crouch shooting, because you can easily just smack X and crouch shoot and then smack it and smack it. Or even if they're just standing still, just hold L2, R2 and just spam that. and aim at them, and then just spam that, and it'll auto lock on the aim assist and everything. So right stick is jump, and I'll explain why I think that's so important. But first, let's move on to the next section. The next section is going to be build controls. Obviously, Builder Pro users, stair, wall, floor, roof, easy. Inventory, change map material is left on the D-pad, auto sprint. Left stick is edit. Everything else is the same, except for, of course, my right stick is jump. And of course, I have to bind this to crouch repair while building. Next thing we're going to do is go to edit controls. Now, this is the most important thing. What you want to do is find the button on your controller you find the most comfortable to hit on a whim. For me, I shoot with R2, I aim with L2. For some reason, if I was to jump and hit something, I feel like that isn't R2. It can't be R2. R1. R1 feels like the easiest button for me to hit. It's always right there. L1 feels a little bit awkward, and it'll make more sense why I say R1 in a second. But what you're going to do is, if you want to try this out, set your reset to R1, your select to R2, your confirm to left stick. And obviously, X, circle, square, doesn't matter. That doesn't actually matter when you're in editing, in my opinion, because I have to confirm the edit to be able to place a trap, so it doesn't really matter. But right stick is still jump. So the reason I say R1 is because normally it's, I think, right stick to repair, which I find is extremely uncomfortable to push, and you also can't jump while you're aiming. So the reason, to start off basically this whole conversation, the reason you set right stick as to jump is because you can do this. You literally cannot do this with X. It's impossible. Unless you play claw. I will say that. Unless you play claw. But I am with the vast majority of people who don't play claw because it's uncomfortable. So all you would do, if I show you close up real quick. Little focus. Is like that. That's simple. You can see my finger kind of flexing as it jumps. Oh, this is the one bad thing. When you're in creative mode, it does not let you double click. So I'm going to have to do that real quick. All right, now we're back. So I'll build some walls real quick. Kind of build somewhat of a course. And you see I'm auto running. I don't have to press down. I just simply push and it runs. Now, a lot of people ask me, how would you walk then if you wanted to be quiet? Well, 90% of people, if they're not sprinting, they're crouching. And crouching and pushing forward, if you push forward a little bit, it makes you walk really quietly. A little bit more, it sprint walks. Or if you're running like this, or slightly push it makes you walk. See? It's simple. It's not that difficult to learn. You just stop pressing left, stick in to sprint. Okay, so what we're gonna figure out is why we would use left stick. So I'll show you right here. So you see this wall, right? If I left stick, brings that up, then right trigger, left stick. And now you're able to shoot through. Let me pull out a gun real quick, and I'll show you why. So, if we have our gun set up like this, right? And we go edit, click, edit. Normally, you would have to click your right stick in when you're trying to reset it, doing this kind of build fight, which if you've definitely seen, if you watch any Fortnite, you've seen a lot of pros do this build strat. Like that. So normally it's right stick in to be able to reset it. And the difficult part about that is that when you're going to do it, you can't aim at the same time. You also can't jump. So the biggest thing I can say is having the R1, which is most comfortable for me. Some people have it L1, L2. I prefer R1 because I find that the offset of the controller, so click, 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 feels more natural than doing it all on the same side. It feels like offsetting those buttons make it easier to paddle between them. So to show you why I think that is so useful, as you saw right there, I was able to edit through, jump, and replace. as you can see, it is super easy if you set it up this way to be able to successfully build and edit. So if I do just this style, this is going to be probably the quickest way, in my opinion, to be able to get your builds out, you know, to be able to do stack challenges. So let me do one more, actually. Okay, so like, that kind of thing. It is 10 times easier with this setup than actually having to basically click circle every time you want to confirm, because that's the normal confirm button. So instead it would be like, you know, you wanted to it would be like, you know, actually it would be circle, scrape, circle, rather than just, and you don't have to do anything. It basically just does it for you with your fingers not having to leave. The only thing that you will have to leave your sticks for is, of course, doing... Actually, no, you don't have to leave your stick for anything. Now that I think about it, sorry. Pretty much just doing this whole video in one take, so it's getting a little bit difficult. But yeah, so all it is you don't leave your sticks at all. You can basically do everything. This is me not playing for the past 2 days and then trying to do a tutorial on building. But it's simple. I like to do this one to practice a lot because this is one that I use the most. So I like to do this. And then wall here, wall here. And this is a good show of how it works anyway. Come on. All right. So now we have this. And this is one of my favorites. So, oops. All right, so we're gonna go like that. So what we're gonna do is start here, and we're gonna edit, repair, jump over the wall, confirm, and then bring those two. So we're gonna edit, jump, confirm, and then edit the other side. So we're gonna try to do that as quickly as possible. Ah. See how quickly that is? It's super simple. So if you were in a pinch, you know, and you wanted to... Oh my, I freaked myself out. I gotta go back. No. Okay, I'll show you. If you were in a pinch, and say you're up here, right? And, you know, you had something like this. And somebody's shooting at you from outside. So while you're inside a box like this, you know, bandaging up, someone's shooting down your wall. So instead of having to slowly edit yourself out, or go out like that, you're actually able to kind of give yourself a little bit more of a chance. So say, you know, you're turbo building or whatever. I'm holding down R2 to turbo build, but you know, nothing's shooting at me. So you're turbo building, you get one up really quick. Wait till that, you want to wait for their reload if you can, but wait for their reload. And then you have two options to either, of course, have your gun out like that, or while they're reloading, and you're out. Of course, this is anticipating you actually have the ability to land on something and not die instantly. But if we do have that problem, of course, I can show you real quick how to get out of that situation. Super simple. All you would have to do is get yourself in a box, say like this. Somebody's shooting you out. You know what I'm saying? So then you just draw, and then something like that. You know, the quick switch over, R1 down, or R2 down R1, and that'll get you to here, which, you know, then you can do that, and if they're still shooting at you, of course, and then from here, you know, you can kind of, ooh, I hate creative, so annoying with that phone thing, but yeah, you see how you can, oops, you can go like, you know, someone's shooting at you from up there, and you can see him, but only for a split second, so you know, you can crouch and just... Oh shit, make sure you're reloaded. Like that. And then, you know, say you want to get out of here. This also, the biggest thing that I can say that it gives you is the ability to become a Fortnite god. And what that's going to mean is you are now able to ramp wall edit. You're able to ramp when you get to about this point, when your marker, you see where the red circle is, or the arrow down. You're able to place above, edit, and then keep going. And I use this a lot. So I will show you guys right now what that looks like and why this key binding works so well for it. You're gonna be ramping, right? And then somebody's shooting at you, right? And so from up there, say, so you wanna go like this, 90 up a little bit. They're still shooting at you, so you can go that. So it's simple. It's gonna be R1, left stick, right trigger, left stick. And this way you're gonna be defended. So say, you know, you're still going up to someone above you. You can do it so quickly, and I know that you can do it with roofs, which a lot of people do. However, the only issue I have with roofs is that it makes it a little bit difficult to hit the actual edit square, but I will show you, and I will try it myself just to see. It's difficult too because your wall is on this side, so like I said, the offsetting paddle of your controller, no actual paddles, but the paddle back and forth you get. You know how you aim here, you shoot here, you aim here, you shoot here, you know, it's kind of opposite, so it helps it balance it out. So this is difficult because you have to ramp roof like that. It's not that much harder, and it will prevent you from having to deal with people putting roofs on you, but at least with the floor idea, it's a little bit quicker. All right, so that's going to be all my tips for today on how to make full use of your DualShock 4 normal controller, not a SCUF, when building and editing and doing anything else you need to do in Fortnite. Hopefully this helped you out. If it did, please leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. I will be streaming in the next couple days, and I will be posting a lot more content and videos and cool videos, uploads from my stream and everything like that, and, you know, more tips and tricks. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you liked it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.